TLO, what's poppin'? We are on Twitch. We are not live, but you can leave a like, comment, subscribe. Turn on your post notification bells, man. Let's continue to grow the family from Chicago to the UK. If we do happen to go live and you miss it, right here, man. This is where you can catch all the highlights from the lives. Don't forget, we do got a Patreon as well where we watch things that we cannot watch on YouTube. And we also got the Discord as well. That's where you can drop all your requests. So I cleaned up my description down below. All of these links are down below, but they're located in the link tree. Y'all know what a link tree is. Click the link tree. Everything is there now. Everything where you can follow me. It's even stuff that wasn't there before that's there. So check that out as well, man. Let's get into this, man. Traffic cops. I was looking for police interceptors, but I had some saved, but I guess they're gone. I don't know where they went. So let's get into this, man. New traffic cops on the edge, 2023 police interceptor. This is not police interceptors, they're cap. Anyway, season 25, episode 17. Let's get into it.
Assault police narcotics.
Traffic danger. Ow! Right, you're under arrest. Coming up.
Kill somebody.
Own off. And I will speak. And a serious. The officer.
It's one of the longest intros. Got me a good little cuppa. Add some milk.
Dave, I'm just turning. There's some bike just southbound. The first has a very, very small plate.
Do you want me to Dave walk you a little bit?
You might even be lucky at that, Dave. They'll be fair cracking on towards you, man.
Traffic Sergeant Pete.
Y'all know I ride bikes. Y'all know I got a Honda CBR 2007. This is 1,000 liter, 1 liter. You know what I'm saying? 1,000 RR.
Patrolling an accident hotspot, looking for dangerous bikers.
So we've just seen some motorbikes coming out. The first one had a very, very small number plate on, what we call chase plates. The only reason they have those on is to either try and get away from the police or to evade capture for speeding offences or antisocial riding. They were weaving all over the place as if pretending they were on a Grand Prix track. Just seeing if we can catch up with them. And this is the problem that we have every single weekend in the Yorkshire Dales. And this is why we have so many motorcycle fatalities.
Every week, up to 6 bikers die and 115 are seriously injured.
It's one thing.
Up to 6 bikers die.
Well, that wasn't very safe.
And 115 are seriously.
He literally almost killed a biker right now in here. Went on the opposite side of the road right in front of a biker. Luckily, the biker seen you, buddy.
Injured.
It's one thing driving quickly in a car where you've got a substantial piece of metal around you with many, many airbags to riding on something where you're so vulnerable.
Pete catches up with the group of 3 bikers and gets behind the one with the small number plate.
In. As I'm alongside him, the window's down, I'm shouting, pull over next junction. And then the next minute, he just...
He got literal there. Hey, listen. In the state of Illinois, you are not allowed to pursue a bike. You can stay behind me, but you can't really pursue me. And once I get on that E-way, this is allegedly what I heard. I don't participate in things of that nature. I am a law-abiding citizen. I pull over anytime law enforcement is behind me.
Gone. Well over 100 miles an hour, wrong side of a double white line into oncoming traffic on a blind bend, unadulterated stupidity. Oscar Romeo 56.
I ain't gonna lie, whoever riding that bike in this little side country road with all these wines, he getting it.
Motorcycle failing to stop. Southbound.
You can't do this in the states of Illinois.
To get away. Dave, can you get the other 2 stopped that were running with him? I'm going to let this one go. I'm never going to get anywhere near him. He's going to kill somebody.
Yeah, you gotta let him go.
just not safe to continue pursuing.
And that's exactly why they don't pursue in Illinois. I don't know if they do that anywhere else, but I know in the state of Illinois, in Chicago specifically, you're not pursuing no bike. Of course, there's officers out there that try, you know what I'm saying, that go on, that, you know, they feel like, oh yeah, I can get you. No, you can't, buddy. You can't.
I mean, what an absolute moron.
Traffic cop David Minto has stopped 2 bikers.
Was it yourself? Well, with that lad with a little chase plate on?
No, he just come flying past.
Did he?
On some form with 2 motorcycles. They say they weren't with the offending rider, you just flew past them, but I'll grab the details.
I'll come and join you, Dave. So the one that's failed to stop for us was riding with 2 others. One that was very, very similar in machine and leathers. So we just think that...
What do that mean? Oh, here he go.
He may have located and managed to stop the other 2 that mysteriously turned off.
This is why, man, you got to be connected as a group, man. If one gonna run, shoot. If you sit back, they gonna nail you, man. They gonna get you because you ran. I don't even know you. Most bikers really don't be. They be riding in big groups. You don't know everybody. I damn near don't know the person that's next to me, fist bumping me. I don't know these people.
Are you happy you've got all the details? Right, but this close to locking you up for obstructing and perverting the course of justice. The lad that's made off, you were riding with him, okay? You were with him, so don't lie to me.
Came super aggressive. I like this. This is the new Hondas. It's decent. I just don't like this bike because it's too light for me compared to the older body of Honda. But I think this one got the new engine in it. Like, look how hyper aggressive he came up to him. I'm this close to blocking you. I don't know, dude. Period. It's a scare tactic he's using.
Yeah, he's endangering me, other members of the public, by riding like an absolute tool. Why do it? And now you're here lying to my colleague saying that you don't know him. Do you want my details to pass to your riding buddy? Or do I need to send you some paperwork through the post and you can have your day at court as well as? No to which? Oh, so you do know him?
Well, I don't know.
You do know him?
I don't know him. I don't know.
You don't know him, but now you do know him. Right. So wait, you have a thing...
That's the thing when you with riders, you don't really know who this person is like that. Like, I've met hundreds of riders just because we were riding on the same street. And we linked up and just rode for a little bit. Like, I don't really know these people.
A minute, and I'll come back to you. We can always have this conversation under caution on interview at custody if you want, okay? It's called perverting the course of justice and get you into more trouble than him. Yeah? I've only tried to stop him for a dodgy plate. You're riding with him when he's weaving all over the place like an absolute idiot, trying to warm his tyres up, thinking he's blinking Valentine.
He talking to me about a whole nother person. I am not him. Sorry, officer. I don't know who that is.
Tino Rossi or something. Go on a racetrack. Yeah? Why endanger me or my wife and my kids by riding like absolute idiots? What's wrong with you?
He wasn't even riding bad.
I can be fairly direct when it's required, and these 2 are blatantly lying and have done the job too long, so they got fairly short shrift. Right, you know how to get in contact with him, don't you? Yeah, because you've arranged to have a bike ride with him. So you can either give me his mobile number, or you can take my details and tell him he needs to contact me. Well, whichever way, because you're the one at the moment that's staring down the barrel, aren't you? Yeah, you're the one?
No, dude. You're not staring down any barrel. He's just trying to, he's doing what he's supposed to do, the officer. He's trying to get a name out of you. Little do you know, like, on certain days, bikers meet up at certain spots. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't got to know each other. We just go to a certain spot and we know we going to all be right there. If you're looking for a biker, you know where to go. You ain't got to call them.
On riding with him, you're the one that's complicit in his manner of riding. You're the one that can get yourself into equal amount of bother as him.
That's cap. Yeah. That's cap.
Because at the end of the day, you know exactly who he is. You know how to get hold of him. You know where he is. Yeah, nothing wrong with your riding, so why
So why are you talking to me, sir?
cover for him? Why cover for him?
No, I'm not.
Give us a name. Give us a number.
No, that's what I mean. I'm not covering for him.
Where did you meet?
What, today or
Today.
met him at BP?
See what I'm saying? That's literally how I be going.
Gonna be more specific than that?
No.
So how did he get in contact, or did he just meet at BP on some sheer fluke?
No, we met at BP. I just messaged him on Facebook.
Right. It's like pulling teeth, is this? We're finally getting somewhere. Once you can get onto somebody's Facebook page, you know, there's photographs of the suspect on a similar machine in similar leathers, so obviously not the brightest of sparks, shall we say. You happy for these two gents to go? Yeah. Right, gents, thank you for that.
This dude will never ride with them again.
Got his name, got his date of birth, got his home address and his vehicle.
I'm sorry, Bob.
Right. Please think on. I don't know what your personal circumstances are, but I'm guessing you work for a living. Last thing you need.
I've got my own business, mate, yeah.
Exactly. Enjoy the roads. Enjoy riding them. It ain't worth killing yourself or somebody else for him to ride like that. Yeah? We're happy for you guys to go. I've obviously got your details and we can be in touch if we need to. If you do happen to message or speak with him, you have my details. He needs to email me. He may wish to come to Skipton Police Station and we can do things amicably, or we can go and find him. He's going to be certainly getting disqualified if he's not already, and he's going to have a day out at court. So yeah, very angry, but pleased that we're going to move it in the right direction and get him dealt with.
I hate having these on the back, man. I get the tail light delete. I can't. I put my license plate somewhere else. Can't do it like that.
Coming up, she's down
In a bad way.
You might be asking yourself,
Perfectly timed commercial. Look at that.
earlier.
In.
A motorcyclist
He
failed
was
to
out.
stop for Traffic Sergeant Pete Stringer.
What an absolute moron.
With the help of social media, Pete believes he's identified the wanted rider. As traffic cop David Minto searches for CCTV at a nearby petrol station,
We're just trying to ascertain an address for the gentleman.
Pete's running background checks.
He does have a driving licence, but not one that entitles him to drive motorcycles. And he's got, unsurprisingly, an appalling driving history. Dangerous driving, failing to stop multiple times, as well as driving without a licence and insurance, time after time after time. So hopefully with the inquiries that Dave's doing, as well as, it should all marry up together.
While he waits for
You gotta know that they're gonna go back and search for everything.
David's check on the CCTV,
Bro getting a whole episode
Pete
for
goes
himself.
after the rider.
We're at the keeper's property now. Fortunately, on his Facebook page, I'd seen the large dog, so when it came round the corner, we were secure behind the gate. Don't rush to open the gate on my account. Could I have a quick word with you? Is it possible to put the dog away?
yeah, come on.
We've had an incident this morning involving a motorbike.
I've got a motocross bike.
Have you been out on your motorbike this morning?
No.
Do you have a motorbike?
Oh, yeah, motocross bike.
Can I have a look? Do you have just the one motorbike?
Yeah, one motorbike. I've got a licence for a road bike. CR250, 1998 model.
Yeah. Right. Okay, doke. Have you been riding your motorbike this morning?
No.
You don't have access to any other motorbikes? What leathers and helmets do you have?
I've got...
Okay, any other helmets?
That's it.
So is there anything you want to tell me about what's gone on this morning?
There's nothing else I'd like to say about the matter. I've no idea what you're talking about.
I have to accept what you're telling me because I can't disprove it at the moment.
Yeah.
Suffice to say, obviously, if the other inquiries come back to
sort of support that it is you, then obviously I'm going to be a bit miffed. But if it ain't you, nothing to worry about. Yeah? Right, lovely. I'll get out your way. Right, thank you very much for your time. Time that out. Bye-bye. I'm convinced that this is my suspect, but I haven't got quite enough to go further with him at the moment, and I don't want to sort of show my hand and what I've got, because I knew that my colleague was busy at the BP garage obtaining the CCTV footage.
Yeah, y'all doing all that?
Bad on the motorbike. What sort of clothing was he wearing? Did he have red in his leathers?
Predominantly black leathered. There was some flashes of red.
So I think there's red in the leathers, but only a little bit. Leave it with me, I'll just have another look.
Yeah, affirmative.
Pete now has to wait until David arrives with the CCTV that might identify the rider.
Yorkshire Moors.
Initial injuries look like chest, neck and back pain. Can't move his legs. They've got Helimed and a number of resources en route.
Around 12,000 motorbike accidents occur
Is this whole episode about motorcyclists?
Each year in the UK.
North Yorkshire is very popular for motorcyclists. We've got some gorgeous, long, windy, open roads that just lend themselves nicely to being on a motorbike. Fortnite, I'm heading.
You gotta know what you're doing, man, on them long, windy roads, man. You coming in too fast, got a downshift to make that turn. You can't lean and downshift at the same time. You can't lean and apply. You gotta know what you're doing right. You know what I'm saying? You will fall.
Heading up towards Bellabib.
That's one to thank you.
Obviously, motorbikers are a very vulnerable road user. I am not a biker, and seeing what I see, I would not get on the back of one.
Traffic cop Emma Wallace is rushing to the scene of a serious accident.
A motorcyclist in his 70s has come off his bike and has fallen about 15 feet down an embankment.
Dang.
He has pain to his back and he's saying that he can't move his legs, which would be indicative of a spinal injury. That's really not a good sign. You know, is he going to lose the use of his legs? It's a nice sunny day, but like for me, I'm feeling the side wind in a car. So on a motorbike, I can see you're going to get bashed about a little bit. Oh, there we go.
You've been seen by ambulance.
Where is he? As I'm getting out of the car, I can see that the air ambulance crew are already with him. 428 I'm set 6 at this collision.
The biker has skidded off the road and crashed 15 feet down an embankment.
Where was that pain? In your back.
He's in a bit of a bad way. It's a hell of a drop for anybody, but that can be quite life-changing for someone who is older.
70 years old, yeah.
How old are you? 70. Your hands on your chest, keep dead still. We're going to put a board underneath you, okay?
He's conscious, he's breathing, he's communicating with the air ambulance staff, which is an absolute bonus.
You can see the skid marks.
Yeah.
Why everybody face blanked out in this episode?
Oh, he's locked up.
The sun would have been in his eyes.
Direct, yeah.
Right.
The bike landed there, come off.
Yeah.
And the bike's rolled and he's rolled afterwards.
Yeah. I'll have a walk up,
Yeah.
just with him saying that the back wheel's locked up.
Apparently there's skid marks.
See what I'm saying? Coming around these corners. You see what they said. His back wheel locked up. He hit them brakes too hard. It's over with.
Back there, all the way up here. So it's gone all the way down there and then he's left the road. The bike has gone through the gorse bush here and then they've both landed separately just down there.
How's your pain now? Still the
Same account. Ready, steady.
What was the update on injuries again? So
abdominal, chest, pains.
Nothing that concerned
Nothing
them.
life-threatening or changing.
Yeah, excellent. That's what we like.
The biker's friend was riding behind him when he lost control.
He was wearing an air vest. the lifesavers.
Yeah.
Basically, that had gone off.
So how do they actually? What triggers them then?
Well, this has a detector that fits on the forks that fires it.
Yeah.
But the manual ones, it's got a lanyard and it's actually plugged to the bike.
So as soon as that disconnects,
the jacket blows up. And obviously that's inflated because I've got the canister that shows it's gone off.
Yeah.
Could have been a lifesaver there, you don't know.
Hopefully they'll get him patched up.
I've heard of those. I didn't know they were actually a thing.
Hospital. An air vest, it's an airbag for bikers. I think it's a relatively newish concept, and
yeah, I've never actually seen one in person.
I'm hoping that, you know, it might catch on. But certainly in this circumstance, I would say it's not prevented injury, but I think it's certainly lessened the injuries.
No, I was about maybe 100 yards, 150 yards behind, and he come to that corner, and he just seemed to have the back end locked up. Bit of blue smoke.
I feel like he's underplaying it, man. I feel like he came to that corner, he had too much speed going into the corner, and he wasn't confident enough to lean the bike down and take the corner. So he panicked, he hit the brake. And, you know, he hit it too hard. In this situation, man, if I couldn't make that corner, it looked like he skid for a minute. I'd probably engine brake before I hit the handbrake. I'd probably grab the throttle, grab the neutral. I'll grab neutral, whatever it's called. I'm drawing a blank right now. I grab it, and I'd shift down. I'd go all the way down to first gear, and then I'd slowly let off it so the bike will slow down, and then tap the brake. That's me personally. I would have tapped my front brake. I would have tapped all the brakes out. Probably I would have tapped the front brake, though. And that's how I would have probably slowed down. In this particular situation. But I would have made the corner. I ain't even gonna hold you.
And then it went across the road and obviously disappeared. Not the way to finish the day.
If he don't know the
Hope he's okay though.
road, then yeah, he's just been caught out, hasn't he? No one else involved. You know how vulnerable you are on a motorbike. Sometimes it's just that ever so slight, you know, take the bend ever so slightly wrong and it just all goes to pot, doesn't it? Yeah, main thing is he's all right. Yeah. All right, cheers, bye-bye. Right, let these people get going.
With the large majority of North Yorkshire's bike accidents due to rider error, when speed is involved, the consequences can be devastating. 70 miles away, traffic cop David Minto is investigating a suspected dangerous rider.
Yeah, affirmative. We're at the keeper's property now.
He's meeting Sergeant Pete Stringer with some further evidence that might identify the biker.
I get the CCTV, and these images show my suspect without his helmet on the BP forecourt. It's him getting off that machine in the leathers. He's absolutely banged to rights. It's sort of game, set, and match, really.
Oh, absolutely. It's just him. So it just confirms my suspicions that he has lied to us. Right, I'm going back again. See you shortly. Right. I'm going to interview you on caution. It is your choice whether you get interviewed here or I arrest you and take you to a police station.
You can interview me, yeah.
Right.
So I give him one more opportunity to be interviewed and treated like the adult that he doesn't deserve to be.
That's nice
screw. Under caution. He's no commented every single question. All right, bud. See you later. Ta-da now. Bye-bye. But that said, once he's been reported for multiple driving offences, he's then started crying. So by his body language, he's shown an admission, but he has no comment at all the question that's been asked. I've given him every opportunity to say, would somebody have used his details if he wasn't the rider, and he's still chosen to no comment. So all the paperwork will go off this afternoon, and he can get a summons and have a court appearance.
I'm hoping it sends out a strong message to other motorcyclists, the efforts and the lengths that we will go down to track you, to
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, they went to the ultimate lengths.
prosecute you if you come across here and commit offences.
That's why I don't be telling nobody I'm riding with my name. What's your name, bud? Don't worry. Honda. That's my name.
Do you know what dating apps can't do that Events and Adventures can? Dating apps...
I'm not interested. No offense. Yorkshire Dales. How big is Yorkshire? Man.
Yeah, just going to try and catch up with some motorcyclists.
We heard him go past you.
As the weather gets nicer, we often see a huge increase in the amount of bikers who hit the roads. These bikes can hit speeds 0 to 60 within a couple of seconds.
PC Mike Rowan is patrolling the A19 near Selby.
The bikes are more designed for a racetrack, not necessarily the roads. If you hit a pothole at that kind of speed, the results of that can be catastrophic.
Motorcyclists make up 4% of the traffic on Britain's roads, but 20% of all road casualties. As Mike parks up, a group of bikers grab his attention.
The lead motorcyclist in the group has what we refer to as a chase plate on his bike.
What kind of plate was it?
Has what we refer to as a chase plate on his bike.
Chase plate?
These tiny registration plates make it almost impossible for speed cameras and police officers to read them.
Nah, for like, is there a law against that though? Not like y'all would prefer that there be a larger plate, but is there a law against having a small plate? Because the plates in Chicago are like this big, as big as an iPhone. This is the iPhone Max. Literally, this is probably about the size of the plates that we have. I want y'all to see this clearly. Hold on. It's like this big. Every plate, every motorcycle plate is this big. I see y'all got them double-decker plates over there where they about this big. That's not realistic in the States. In the United States, we don't have that.
There we go.
They all stopped, no problem.
Hey? What are you doing there? You need to turn off my bike, you idiot. Right, I'm not. Yeah, you are. You didn't have
Listen,
right,
calm yourself down.
No,
go over there. I will speak to you in a minute. All right? No, because you're squaring up to me. Go over there. Right, go over there and I will speak to you. I am not speaking to you outside of the road like this. Go over there and I will speak to you. Right, but I can't have you squaring up to me like that, can I? Move over there. Move over there.
I don't take orders from you.
I'm giving you a direction, right, because you are squaring up to me outside of the road. It can be a very difficult place to be when you're confronted with somebody squaring up to you, and that
squaring up to you. Oh man, all he did was walk up to you.
Deal with offences and the incident that I've seen in front of me, and that's going to happen whether this guy kicks off with me or not. Right. This why I've been stopped, okay?
I'm not wrong, so you tell me why I've been stopped.
Right.
Calm yourself down, obviously. No, I'm talking to you. Right. I understand. You've stopped me. I pulled over for you. I saw you. I did do nothing wrong. I filtered past the cars, which is quite within my right to do.
That's fine, yeah.
And I understand that, obviously, a member of my gang has obviously raised your tensions. Just calm down. We can talk and we can sort the problem out. What is the issue?
Was this your bike?
It is, yeah.
This one here?
The Suzuki, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's to have a chat with you about your number plate, okay? All right.
It's small.
Well, it's illegal, all right? So, what's your name?
Mark.
Mark what?
I'm not obliged to tell you that.
Yes, you are, because you...
No, he's not. His name's Mark. What's
Using a
up?
bike on a road. So you acquired under a road traffic act.
Hey, I don't know the rules, but okay.
To give me your details.
Well, if you pay and see my bike, you'll see.
Right, but I'm asking you for proof of a driving licence as well.
No
so
problem.
have you got a driving licence on
Yeah,
you?
I have, yeah.
So why are you telling me that you're not going to give me your surname?
I've not told you that. I said,
You said you're not obliged to give me.
Am I
give me
obliged
it?
to give you? No, you understand what I said to me. I said, am I obliged to give you my surname? You asked
Yes,
me
you
my
are.
name,
Yeah.
and I gave you it as Mark.
Right, have you got any ID on you?
I certainly have, yes.
Right, okay. Can I have a look at
You
it,
certainly
please?
can, yeah.
Cheers, thank you. Okay.
But now I know why you stopped me, because I've got my show plate on, which should be... I've got the proper plate under the seat.
Right.
Do you want me to prove that to you?
Yeah, go on. Because I was going to say, because that don't look like a normal number plate.
No,
so,
it certainly don't.
So that number plate that you had on it,
Yeah.
right, was a show plate.
Yeah.
But that one that you've just put it on there now is also illegal, okay? Because it's got to comply with certain regulations, right? So around about, obviously, sizings of lettering, spacing, I can report you for that offence and then you'll get a fine for it,
Okay.
all right? Okay, what I'm going
Let's
to
hope
do...
you've had a good Sunday.
Eh?
Let's hope you've had a good Sunday and you're in a good
Look.
mood. That's fine, I understand.
Look, right. I try and be
Accept
reasonable,
that.
right, and try and deal with people as low level as I possibly can do.
Yeah.
What I don't appreciate is that when everyone starts getting in my face and being aggressive towards me,
Well, that's why I came
particularly when I'm at the side of the road.
That's why I came over.
Yeah? So I'm going to give you something called a VDRS, that Vehicle Defect Rectification Scheme.
Yeah.
Do you understand that that gives you 2 weeks to get it changed,
Yeah.
get it, well, from midnight,
Okay.
get it stamped, come into a police station, and then, provided that's done, that'll be the end of the matter.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right? Is it?
So you telling me the legal size of your plate is this one right here, bro? I don't know if I could do this. This takes away everything aesthetically from the bike. I couldn't even. I don't know, man. Plus, I don't be having this back plate like this. It's all ugly to me. It's too much ugliness on my bike. My plate on my bike is I have a bracket and it goes down here. And it's tilted up. And I'm telling you, every bike plate is the size of this phone in Illinois. And in the United States. We don't have a FedEx packet on the back of our bikes. That's ridiculous. In my mind, I get it. Y'all want to be able to see visibly. It's for y'all, but like,
Come into a police station, and then, provided that's done, that'll be the end of the matter.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Is this your first ride of the year today?
Yeah.
Have you taxed it? Have you taxed it?
no.
Oh, I'm having a good Sunday, am I?
You're not.
I've sawned it, am I?
Yes.
I'm having a good day, am I?
Okay. Right. So you haven't taxed it?
No.
Right.
Obviously, there's no tax on it.
465. Can we arrange recovery for this bike, please?
Damn.
I'll explain it.
It's a nice little Suzuki, you know?
Understand what I've done? It's the first ride out of the year.
Yeah.
I've sawned it and totally forgot about it.
Look, we're all human, aren't we?
Yeah,
we all
we
make
are.
mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah? He isn't happy about having his bike recovered, but at the end of the day, he's made a mistake of not taxing it. So he's got the responsibility to ensure that his bike is fully road legal. And if it's not, then it'll go on a recovery truck and get taken away.
He looks like he's taking great pride in this.
Unfortunately, you've made that mistake and you're not taxed it.
No.
All right?
You're being fair with that ticket, mate. You can give me a fine, really, and I appreciate that. I'm having a good day, aren't I?
While the man tries to get it taxed, Mike deals with the angry biker.
Mate, do you want to chat to discuss? You don't? All right. What I don't appreciate, though, mate, what
He said no.
I'm going to say, right, I don't appreciate you squaring up to me when I'm stood here.
Listen, you was that much away from taking me off my bike.
I get that. I appreciate you unhappy.
He has a reason to be mad. He said he don't want to talk. It's over with. I feel like the police job is to de-escalate. It's already passed. It's gone. Just let it go.
All right, I get that, right?
Okay.
However, the way that you behave towards me, when I'm stood on the far side of that white line in a lane of moving traffic and you're squaring up to me, right, you shouldn't have done that, all right?
I shouldn't have squared up to you like that. I was wrong.
Yeah,
But I
all
was
right?
angry. I was
Okay.
angry.
All I want to do is make sure that I'm not having to come along and scrape bike body parts off the road.
All right.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
Are we
good.
good?
Yeah?
Yeah? Right, spot on. All right. A lot of the jobs that we deal with, it's about how we
I don't know, bro. I don't like. There's something about this cop that I don't like.
speak to people, and obviously by having a chat with these bikers.
Because he was wrong, though. He was very close to that bike.
They've all calmed down.
It's tax now, mate.
It's tax?
Yeah.
Right. Show us proof of tax.
Just, you'll have a look before I click finish.
Yeah.
I can only apologise, mate. I didn't realise that when I sold it in February.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
More often than not, we will seize vehicles if they've got no tax or no insurance.
Buddy got his bike taxed immediately.
On this occasion, the motorcyclist could taxi it at the roadside and he'll still be reported for the offence, but on this occasion he's got a little bit lucky and he's allowed to ride the bike away.
He didn't get lucky, he just has a job that allowed him to tax his bike right there.
All right, look, so not enough people are talking about the 6,000.
Hey, shout out to all the first responders, man. Still showing love and hitting that like button, man, because at the end of the day, the like button, it goes a long way.
Come from the Hackney Road roundabout towards Wigginton Road. There's no true signage from that side.
We'll make towards. We'll just make sure that any witnesses are present remain at the scene.
Traffic cops Chris Story and David Minto are the nearest officers to the accident.
We're heading to a report of a collision where a motorcyclist collided with the signs on a roundabout. The rider of the motorcycle is believed to have some serious injuries.
Whenever I'm called for a collision, it's always in the back of my mind, is it a motorcycle? Because a lot of the time, when they are involved, we're looking at serious injuries, if not death.
The latest we've got is he's in pain to his back. He's not being moved. He's laid on his back.
Thank you. One of the updates suggested that he might have a broken back, and obviously it could get worse than that. He could die at the scene or on the way to the hospital or whatever. So we need to make sure that we've got the scene sealed off for now.
Go ahead.
1-3, can you show us 6, please?
With every bit of information, I'm just hoping and praying that it's going to be good news.
Been coming from that way, hasn't he?
He's done up onto here.
Yeah.
Gone straight over through the chevron.
What hurt then? I think it was for the inside.
Yeah. At least his legs are still shivering. He probably broke something for sure, though.
There have been a couple of vehicles present who turned out to be witnesses, so they're absolute gold to telling us the story of what's happened and how ultimately this chap's led to be lying in the middle of a roundabout.
So we've gone past you first.
So I'm 20-30 yards in front of him in this lane, and then he's gone round, just missed me, and then clearly leant one way, took the bike the other way.
You can see there's a lot of gravel over there, and he's just lost control, come out onto the round.
Oh yeah, gravel's your worst enemy, man.
About here, and he's become detached from the motorcycle, and he's gone through the chevron board.
Ready, set, lift. Where was that?
Yeah, it was like parked into it.
Let's have a quick look at the bike to see for obvious damage. As you can see from the sign, he's hit it with a fair amount of clout. Them things don't come off easily. His helmet has come off when officers have got here, so yeah, we'll just we're waiting to see what his injuries are at the minute.
He's complaining of a lot of sort of pain across the left side of his ribs. Just continuing to examine him and try and get some pain relief in him, but he's having a bit of a shock.
The officer that was supporting this chap's head has suggested to us that he smells of alcohol. He'll most likely go into hospital, so the chances are we'll have to follow him down and look at getting a sample of blood or urine.
For somebody to get on a motorcycle under the influence of alcohol, obviously it's just a really, really bad decision. It's most likely going to end in disaster. There's nothing obvious, but he might have a broken rib or something like that.
But there's nothing that they're particularly worried about, life-threatening or out like that, is there?
No, definitely not. So, I mean, I've had a look at his helmet and there's literally no damage to it.
No.
So his helmet's come off, probably as he's hit the sign.
Yeah.
But he's lucky he's not in one of them poles.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it would have been a different...
Yeah.
Would have been a different story, wouldn't it?
Yeah. They've arrived at hospital now, and he has managed to get a breath sample out of him now. He's blown nearly double the limit. This is why we are targeting.
He was drunk on the bike? That's one thing I would not do. I would not be. I would not drink on my bike. Like a beer, okay, but like I'm talking, he doubled the limit. You wildin'. You're wildin'.
Getting people that are using the roads whilst under the influence of alcohol and drugs, we're targeting them because we're trying to prevent being in this exact situation.
The rider is taken for x-rays, but it is clear that he's only suffered minor injuries.
He's been extremely lucky because he's clearly not been in control of the vehicle, probably due to the amount of alcohol that he's got on board and the bad decision making he's made in riding. What his actions were on that night almost led to his kids not having the dad anymore.
Two weeks later, with the rider now out of hospital, Chris pays him a visit.
Shut the torch now. Hello, how you doing? All right? Can I come straight in? Perfect, thank you very much. The investigation's kind of circling around careless driving and also driving whilst over prescribing for alcohol. So what did you consume?
What I remember is being only a couple of drinks and then not remembering the rest of the night. I think what's happened is I picked up a drink that's had something in it. I remember waking up in Scarborough and that's it.
At the hospital, yeah.
That's the only thing I remember. How did it crash? How did it not die?
That's a really, really good question because I've got no idea. In my honest opinion, you are an incredibly lucky person. You know, you're back here, you're with your family, and that's all that matters, and that's all that we care about. Thank you for your time. It doesn't really change anything what he said in terms of being spiked. We'll just have a look and see how much alcohol's in his system, and if he's over the limit, then he's over the limit. He's very apologetic, and ultimately he's a family man. He's got kids in that house that he's got to look after, and he knows that he's a very, very lucky boy.
Coming up, when a biker crashes into a cyclist.
When a biker crashes into a cyclist. I'm not even gonna lie, I think it's the opposite. Let me just read it, man. I got a thing against cyclists, man. Y'all can call me petty all y'all want, but me and cyclists, it's just something about cyclists that I just don't. Certain cyclists, not all cyclists, like some of them just got this like chip on their shoulder, like that they want the respect of a car with all the rights of a pedestrian. It's just like it just irritates me. I don't know what it is, bro. I can't take it. Like, what do you like? You want to get in the middle of the lane. Put your arm out like it's a blinker. You wanna, but you still wanna run red lights. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you? Choose one. You're either a pedestrian and you stop at crosswalks, or you're a vehicle and you follow all the vehicle road. You follow all the rules of the vehicles. Like, y'all be playing like both sides, bro. It's irritating, huh?
Yes, it's just going to ask you to commit the Frank Newton extra motorbike cycling.
Yep.
Traffic Sergeant Pete Stringer has been called out to another motorbike accident.
So we've got reports of a collision between a motorcycle and a pedal cyclist.
A motorcycle being in collision with a pedal cycle is fairly unusual. Any collision involving a motorcycle has the potential to have serious injuries, never mind one involving a pedal cycle as well.
So would suspect that they've probably both fallen from their respective vehicles.
I mean, North Yorkshire as a county has absolutely everything, from the fast winding country roads to the scenery. Some of the motorcyclists unfortunately think that they can just ride as they wish without any consequences. You know, they come across, they want to use the road as a racetrack.
Sorry, my signal.
Hello there.
Has somebody called an ambulance?
We've called an ambulance, yeah, but yeah, quite pleased to see you if you've got 2 minutes.
Right, yeah, no, not a problem at all.
Yeah.
I take it he's still down there with his bike, is he?
Just gone. I think his boss has just picked him up.
Let me just go and park up near his bike and I'll come back to you. We were on scene very, very quickly, so whilst I could see the motorcycle parked unattended sort of round the corner, I was concerned that the rider had left the scene. Nagila. The rider has been picked up and gone, which is what's concerning me at the moment.
Hiya.
Hello.
What's concerning me at the moment.
Trying to see this little Miss Officer lady. She got a little, you know what I'm saying?
Hiya. This is Les.
Some details.
How you feeling?
Dirty.
Yeah. Just shoulder or there's anywhere else?
Shoulder and ribs.
Yeah, got male casualty sat in the road. Have we called ambulance?
Yes, ambulance en route.
Thank you. So whereabouts were you then, Leslie?
Oh, just here.
Literally here, but moving?
Yeah.
So how far across into the carriageway? Sort of...
Right on edge. I couldn't go anywhere.
Right.
I couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't have got a fag packet between me and the fence, you know.
Right.
It was literally the fact that the bike, the motorcycle was here.
So that's where the bike was? According to the cyclist, who's the only party that's present, he's saying he was next to the wooden picket fence, and he's then been hit by the motorcyclist who's been cut in the corner. Obviously, that's his account. Haven't spoken with the motorcyclist yet, who's rather frustratingly left the scene. It's no different to predominantly young lads in fast cars. They're not going to drive them within the speed limit. They're going to see what they're capable of at some point, and it's when that happens and it goes wrong on a motorcycle, there's such little room for error.
I feel like I got my motorcycle license on that motorcycle, the one that's on the side of the road. We had this class, it was free. I was riding motorcycles already before I got a license, but I decided to go get my license, obviously, because I didn't want to be bothered with police. So we have it's called Motorcycle Safety Foundation, and they give, I think it's like $20 to take the class, but it's a donation. You can take your money back, or you can choose to let them have it at the end of the class. And at the end of the class, you automatically get your license if you pass everything. If you pass the driving, they give you a little sheet, and you take it to the DMV, and you get the M stamp on your license here. Yeah, man. So it's basically free. I don't know how it works now because that was a long time ago. So
There's a Qashqai that picked him up.
Yeah, we think he
he worked somewhere down here.
Just down here somewhere. I'll go and try and find this motorcyclist so I can get him pen to paper. You all right staying with? They've got the details. So the motorcyclist has been picked up by his boss. I don't know where he works or where the boss is, so my concern is to try and get hold of the motorcyclist. Obviously, I want a specimen of breath from him in case he's had anything to drink this morning or consumed anything after the collision. So we're just going to go and try and find this Nissan Qashqai that's been picked up down in the village of Gargrave.
He works here. What's he doing over here?
Well, he's got L plates, hasn't he, on his motorbike, so...
I never looked.
Right, I'll go and see if I can find him. Grey 19-plate Qashqai. Well, I just don't know why you would leave the scene knowing that the police have been called, knowing that you've injured somebody. It's a straightforward due care. It's nothing more sinister than that. He's got a license, he's insured.
Yeah, I don't know why he would leave either. He probably drunk. That's the only reason I could think of.
I want to know, have they had a drink? Have they used some other substance? Or is there something wrong with their documentation? Qashqai. Any Qashqai? No Qashqais.
I know for a fact that this officer right here is going to find. He's going to go to he's not going to leave any stone unturned looking for.
Yeah, it's there, isn't it? Morning, how we doing? Are you injured at all? Right. I located the rider at one of the 2 pubs in Gargrave. He
went to a pub?
Came straight out to see us. Yeah, he's just obviously waiting for an ambulance to turn up to check him over. Any reason why he didn't stop and wait for us, or you just got to get to...
I wanted to get my bike down here, because I've started work.
It did transpire. It was quite an innocent reason why he'd left the scene, in that his boss had turned up when he'd rung him to say, I've been involved in a collision. And his boss had said, well, I'll pick you up and make sure you can get to work, with it being a busy Sunday. I'll just get a specimen of breath from you, so I don't like your cigarette just yet.
I've only been on it about 2 weeks.
Nice deep breath, tight still, and keep blowing until I tell you to stop. And go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Lovely. Smashing. It'll just analyse it. Obviously, 35 is the legal limit. Lovely. That's yours. Souvenir.
What did I get?
0. So I'll interview you in relation to a potential due care and attention type of offence. That's not to say that you are guilty.
I was coming around the corner, sort of like middle at roadish. I'd checked as I was going in. There's like some bushes and 2 trees.
There is, yeah.
As I was going round, nothing there, so I've gone to lean in, and then he's there, so I've sort of gone to straighten up, and he's like, and we both got
It's happened. Yeah. Right. No, appreciate your honesty.
It's probably my fault, you know. But...
Yeah. He said all the right things. He was very worried about the pedal cyclist, and he did ultimately accept responsibility for the collision, which wasn't in any doubt anyway, but he did do the right thing by putting his hands up.
Sorry, because I haven't been riding that long, and obviously I'm not checking my tires, like, I'm more bothered about him, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
And it's, man, he would have been leaving the scene of an accident. You're going to jail. This is so different when I be watching this, man. They couldn't get it wouldn't have mattered what excuse was given. You left, you going to jail.
Appreciate that. It's good to hear you saying that. As learning curves go, it's a fairly steep one for him. He will be going to court. He will receive a fine and penalty points on what is his provisional motorcycle licence. Right, bud. All right, see you later. Thank you very much. Time will tell whether he learns from it, but I'm optimistic. So we're just going to see our injured pedal cyclist from the collision that we went through. Good morning. Good morning. Main reason to come and see your good self was to obviously see how you're doing.
Oh, okay.
The collision occurs and you receive a fracture to your scapula and your clavicle. Are you on painkillers still? Are you under physio? What have you got to have surgery?
Physio, yeah. I've got to go back to the fracture clinic next week.
Right. Okay.
I can't go on holiday for a start. I was going away to France on my motorbike in June, and I can't go. I can't do my lawns. I can't do my garden. I can't. It's just everything. I can't drive my car. I can't do nothing. I'm just sat here, aren't I? What can I do?
Yeah.
Just everything.
Obviously feel really, really sorry for him in that he's got some fairly long-lasting injuries. Whilst he's a fit, healthy bloke, he's obviously done a few years, so it may take him a bit longer to recover, but yeah, he's going to be in a lot of pain and discomfort for a while to come yet.
Hey, at least he's alive. At least he can still walk. You know what I'm saying?
With North Yorkshire's open roads such a draw for bikers, policing them is a top priority for the traffic cops.
The vast majority of bikers are just out for a nice drive, cup of tea, fish and chips, but there is a small cluster who want to wind it up.
That small minority that come to North Yorkshire seem to believe naively that it's their personal racetrack. They can do what they like with no consequences.
When it comes to bike crashes, obviously there's fatalities that we go to, limbs taken off. We see some really quite mangled.
Yeah, man, I've seen some serious stuff in Chicago on motorcycles. I've seen some serious stuff. I'm talking about 2 people, and I know one of them, and I don't want to say the other one's name or whatever, but 2 people riding. You know, they ride how they ride. They going about 80 on the highway. One swerves, and one don't swerve quick enough. The back of a semi truck. I'm talking, gone.
States.
Tough.
If we can prevent one person being killed, we're ultimately preventing us having to knock on that door and tell somebody that a loved one isn't coming home. And that's why we do the job. We do the job to make it safer for everybody.
In this episode,
I mean, what an absolute moron.
the man who denied racing away from Sergeant Pete Stringer was summoned to court for dangerous riding, failing to stop, driving otherwise in accordance with a licence, no insurance, displaying a non-valid registration plate, and obstructing police.
I've no idea what you're talking about.
He's pleaded not guilty, and a case against him was dropped due to evidential difficulties.
A win's a win.
Close to locking you up.
No action was taken against the two other riders questioned by Pete.
It's a hell of a drop for anybody.
The 70-year-old rider, who lost control of his bike in the Yorkshire Dales, did not sustain any life-changing injuries and is recovering well.
Excellent, that's what we like.
No police action was
How did he beat that case and they had his face? That's crazy.
taken against him.
What's your name?
I'm not obliged to tell you that.
The rider who Mike Rowan stopped was reported for no tax and issued with a vehicle defect rectification order,
I ain't having a good Sunday, am I?
You're not.
allowing him 2 weeks to change his chase plates.
I am not speaking to you outside of a road like this.
No action was taken against the other riders for any offences.
He's gone through the Chevron board.
No action was taken against the rider who crashed on a roundabout, as officers were unable to prove he had been riding carelessly and over the alcohol limit.
His helmet's come off, probably as he's hit the sign.
He's since recovered from his injuries.
That's good. At least he can still walk.
How you feeling?
Dirty.
And the rookie rider who collided with the cyclist admitted to riding without due care and attention and is awaiting a sentence. He could receive a fine and up to 9 points on his licence.
Damn, 9 points?
The cyclist is still recovering from his injuries.
And the
TLO, leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notification bells, man. Be careful on them bikes, man. I'm gone.